Hello, welcome to Lemon's Juice, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, the Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for Friday Night SmackDown of October 4th, 2024. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way, shall we? To leave a like, comment below, let me know your thoughts on this week's episode of SmackDown, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all out of the way, let's get into the review. So, not only was this the October 4th edition of SmackDown, it is also the go-home show for Bad Blood. Tomorrow's it. And we also got it confirmed that Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu will main event the PLE. And I know there's been a big discourse around, what should main event? Should it be the Hell in a Cell? Should it be this tag team match? My thing came down to this very simply. When you are talking about a PLE, it is, and what should close it out, it should be whatever is the best story. It is what is whoever is paying to see the most. And I do think the best story overall was Drew and Punk. I do think Roman does bring in a big bunch as well. I do think Cody also brings a bunch as well, since it is going to be in his hometown. So as far as who is everyone in attendance and who everyone is tuning in to see, I think it's pretty equal. But I give the slight edge to Punk and Drew. Now, here was the other factor for this match. Now, it's all rumors, it's all speculation. But if The Rock is to return this Saturday, then you for sure put the tag team match last, because no matter what Punk and Drew do in that cell, they could literally kill each other. It can be the bloodbath that we all expect it to be. It's going to be overshadowed by The Rock showing up. And that is whether if The Rock showed up before the cell match or after the cell match. So if The Rock is showing up, then yeah, absolutely, you do the tag team match last. Because again, that is going to be the main talking point of the whole entire night. And it will carry you through Monday Night Raw. It will carry you through Friday Night SmackDown. And for weeks on end, because it will legit feel like Mania season is here. Now, if The Rock doesn't show up, then I do think the Hell in a Cell match should close out. I do know Cody and Roman do pull a lot, and also them tag teaming is a lot of intrigue. And again, it does sell tickets. But if The Rock is not showing up, then the Hell in a Cell match should have been the main event. But, that's all semantics at this point. That's just for us nerds. Let's talk about SmackDown as a whole. And we will kick off with the end, with that badass ladder match. That was almost really a TLC match. I mean, we had tables, we had ladders, we had chairs, a lot of big spots. Loved the whole final sequence with the ladders cracking and how Tonga Loa was the one who pulled the ladder down. Not the ladder, pulled the titles down. Look at me, pulling a Tonga Loa by messing up my words. But yeah, overall, great triple threat tag team ladder match. The only problem is that now these titles are going to be forgotten about for like 3 weeks until it's like, oh yeah, we need to have them defend them. Let's put them in a steel cage. Like, it just really feels like that's what we do with these tag titles. Like, we don't really give them much story, but we're going to put them in these crazy ass matches, and that's just how we're going to coast on by. Now, granted, it works. Don't get me wrong. I do want more, but I mean, hell, if you're going to give me crazy-ass matches like this, then I guess I can deal with, doing the absolute bare minimum when it comes to booking your tag division. But yeah, great tag team ladder match. No Cody or Roman showing up. It was just, they won clean. I was very surprised that the Bloodline won clean. When they did the spot where, they put them through the tables, and they were down, and then DIY and the Street Profits started climbing over each other trying to get the titles, I really thought Jacob was about to come down, clean house, and then, they would, Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga were going to be able to climb the ladder. But no, they just won clean. And I was very surprised by that. And it was a really, really good match. As for our main event title, again, not much for it. It just felt like, okay, we built. And it is the main event. We got some video packages. Again, of all stuff that we've already seen. So, the main event title really took a week off for the first time in, hell, since Roman held the title. So there was that. We have the U.S. Championship scene that is continuing to grow and get much bigger now that AJ Styles is back. We had Hardy come on out to introduce him back, that was a fun cameo. I'm a fan of Hardy's music, so it was pretty cool to see him on my television. AJ coming back, looks like he's going to be a face again. And it looks like we're going to do like this old-time AJ storyline where, you know, his age is going to get the best of him and that his body is a little bit weaker. I do think the injury angle is a work. If AJ was legitimately hurt, I don't think they would have kept the camera on him and the commentators would have been openly talking about the injury. Now, AJ is a master of selling, so that's the only reason why I'm thinking, okay, well, the camera's staying on him, commentary is talking about him, and yeah, the camera is staying on him, and AJ's a great seller. So therefore, I have full faith that he is going to be okay. So within that, I think he's going to come on back. He'll face Carmelo Hayes again, and we'll have this, you know, once he's done with this best of 7, that I do assume that will happen on a random episode of SmackDown. I am hoping that it will happen at Crown Jewel. And Carmelo faces LA Knight, and then AJ can take Carmelo over to the side here in the mid-card and go, okay, now, you know, we're going to teach you a few things here. Where, you know, we're going to do this whole young rookie versus old veteran, where AJ's body is like not the best he is, but, you know, it's going to be like that song where he's like, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. I feel like that's the storyline that we are going with AJ Styles. But yeah, the mid-card's continuing to grow. We are doing really good with SmackDown on now with the mid-card. We only got 4 people, but again, it's going to continue to develop and grow if we just focus on these 4 and then they spread on out through other places and getting sprinkled in. Another area that has tremendously improved is the women's division. And I think the wrestling overall has been absolutely stellar on this week's episode of SmackDown. I felt like, we only had 4 matches on this card, and each match was given time. I feel like each one ran for 10, like plus 10 minutes. On each one. AJ versus Carmelo was pretty good, and I like the story beat element. It was pretty good, like, okay, AJ's back, so he can't really lose, but we can't really have Carmelo lose because we need him to be in the U.S. title scene. So we'll do this injury angle, and it'll be benefit with AJ's story, so I was pretty fine with it. The dumpster match, to me, was a lot of fun with Chelsea Green and Meechin. Love again, both of these girls. These 2 girls are prime examples of why I am very comfortable going to both shows being 3 hours next year, because the work that these 2, Chelsea Green and Meechin, have been able to do with the very little time that they have had on SmackDown, with it being 2 hours, just makes me really, really excited for what these 2 can do. Now there's going to be a whole other hour added to that. And again, this match was a lot of fun with it. Again, they did not have a lot of time to build this up. It was built up for 4 weeks, but all through those 4 weeks, it was like maybe 1 to 2 minutes, as opposed to, you know, some other segments like Bayley and Nia Jax probably get a full promo time of like 5 to 10. And with able to really sell this dumpster match with the 15-second promos, social media updates on SmackDown Lowdown, and 1 to 2 minute matches, and still had us invested in this. Love Chelsea Green's gear, how she made a trash bag a cape, and how she had the whole dumpster fit. Piper and Evan coming out with the cowboy hat with the hazmat suit. I loved all the pranks, all the puns we did afterwards when Chelsea Green was just covered in trash, and Nick Aldis going, I'm not trying to recycle any bits and all this. It was just a lot of fun, and that's really all I really wanted from my wrestling. Like, I just had a great time watching it. And again, these 2 girls are going to do great moving forward. Meechin gets a much-needed win. Love the final table spot. Very, very creative. The only other thing I would have liked to add to it was after she powerbombs Chelsea. She's already won, Meechin. Take some time in. Let's make the trash bit, like, even more, you know, brutal that you did it. The trash bags are outside the ring. Throw them back in before you close the lid. I don't know if she was running close on time, but after that table spot, I would be thinking, okay, I have the match won. There's these trash bags. Soak it in a little bit. It's Chelsea Green. Just throw them in like, ha, I got her. And lid's closed. She comes out. Oh my God, the trash that Meechin threw in caused Chelsea Green to look like this. I really do think that was a missed opportunity, but it's very, very minor. Again, a lot of fun with that. Also, back to the intrigue with Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Now, I have no hope that Bayley is going to win tomorrow. However, the promo segment that she did, Bayley understands her role within this story very well. She knows she's going to get pinned tomorrow. However, what she can do is just continue to help push the narrative that Tiffany Stratton is going to turn on Nia Jax, and the crowd really wants it too. So this story is really working. Hell, I really want it too. After, she's going, hey, Tiffany's going to stab you in the back even if it's not me, and she's going to cash in on you to win that title. And then Tiffany going, so what, you don't think I can beat Nia? The only way I can beat her is with this briefcase. I don't need this briefcase to beat Nia. Then the crowd went, ooh, and the way they're looking at each other. And then after Bayley leaves the ring, and it's just them two after Nia is down and out, there's a ref in the corner, and Tiffany has the briefcase. You hear the electricity going up within the arena. So they're doing a really good job with it. I do think this does continue on for another month. With how the crowd is reacting, we might be getting close to the peak, so we may have to do this tomorrow, in all honesty. But I think we probably go one more month. I think Survivor Series is the time when we do finally pull the trigger on Tiffany turning complete babyface and taking the title off of Nia. Then they can go off and have a little Rumble segment moving forward. But yeah, again, doing good stuff with it. I just, this match at Bad Blood between Nia Jax and Bayley, it is filler. It's going to be a match that's built up to a finish. And then once it finished, then the intrigue and watching the TV is going to become essential, because what's going to happen? Will Tiffany cash in? Because again, I do think we're getting close to the peak. I do think we could keep it up another month, but I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow night is the night that Tiffany Stratton cashes in. And also her match with Naomi was really good too. She had the great spot where Naomi tried to do her, where she sits, but Tiffany catches it, goes back up, and then does a drop kick. Great spot. I think this was probably Naomi's best match since she's come back from WWE as well. So overall, just a very, very good episode of SmackDown. Fairly good go-home show to Bad Blood. Really looking forward to tomorrow, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment below. Let me know what y'all's thoughts on it, especially within the main event scene. What's your closeout, Bad Blood? Do you see it like me? Like, look, if The Rock is coming back, then yes, this tag match needs to go last. Or, regardless if Dwayne shows up, this Hell in a Cell match, they have put 10 months of time into it. Let them close the show. I see both sides, but again, it really is going to come down to it. When the show ends, if The Rock doesn't show up, then I'm going to be with y'all that the Hell in a Cell should have been the end. But yeah, leave a like if you made it this far. I do greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button as I am trying to grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. And with all that, guys, I'll see you here next time at Lemon Studios.